The President's Medal is really the highest award that we give here at the university. We bestow it to an alumnus who has really gone beyond with regard to the expectations of all of our graduates, to use his or her Jesuit education to bring all of those values to bear. And it gives me great pleasure that we'll be giving this to Harry Rose.
Like many university graduates, Harry didn't forget where he came from.
Harry was from Minersville. In the yearbook, I believe it says Pottsville, but Harry would not like that. Harry had a great work ethic, and that starts way back with his dad. His dad was a beer distributor in Minersville, and Harry worked loading trucks and so forth. So most of the guys that came from that area had strong work ethics.
He has a certain dignity about him, whether it's in business or social, where he's reflective and caring and really puts himself out for other people.
Harry is really passionate about the communities we operate in, and it started in the very beginning.
Harry always realized how fortunate he was, and as a result, he was always big on giving back, to his employees, by investing in their future, to his customers by providing a valuable, memorable dining experience, and to the community by investing in the various charities that both he and Carol felt passionate about.
Growing up, a lot of people had their role models as kids. My father's always been my role model. He's always the guy I looked up to, and I looked up to him based on how he conducted himself as a father, as a husband, as a businessman, and he always looked after others.
Way back in the beginning, I had a vehicle, and it didn't run too well, and I had a bicycle on the back. Anyway, the vehicle caught on fire, and I didn't have a vehicle, and Harry reached out and helped me get a vehicle. And I thought, wow, that was really special for me. It mattered a lot, and it showed that he cared. But then when he started the Rose Fund as well and has helped support so many team members, it was like a continuation of the things that he started in the beginning. So whether it was the soup kitchen, whether it was helping me get a vehicle, whether it was supporting me in my development, that he continued that on a broader scale and kept expanding it as we had more team members and more restaurants.
I think his passion comes from doing the right thing. He has longtime employees who have been employees because they respect him and he takes care of them.
When you're successful in business, you've got to put a lot of time into it. But he's had a pretty balanced life. He taught my soccer team. We went on a whole bunch of trips. He was always there for me, always there for my brother.
He can be very tough, but he's always been fair. It's the competitive side. Even to this day, on the golf course with him, we're going for blood out there on the golf course.
Golf is a sport which lays bare the content of one's character. In no other form or activity can you learn about someone's temperament, how they handle defeat or victory. Are they honest, or do they cheat, for example? What I have learned about Harry is that he is competitive, but it is with integrity and honesty.
In early September of 1961, coming from Brooklyn, I always evaluated somebody and whether I would be their friend or what I thought of them with how strongly they played, what their tenacity was on the court. Harry played a very tough game. He was an excellent basketball player, took great shots.
He was a very good athlete.
It was at that point that I realized how tenacious a guy Harry was. And later on, as we got to know each other, realized the guy was a very soft-spoken, very mild person, but underneath there was a burning desire to accomplish, to achieve.
Where these competitive juices are most apparent are between Harry and my wife, Vivian.
Harry, we often debate whose career path was more demanding, yours or mine. What we share in common is that we shaped visions, we launched new ventures, and we seized business opportunities. Where the debate exists is in the taking of financial risks and responsibilities to operate for profit. And tonight, I am going to begrudgingly concede that yours was the riskier path.
You think about his growth on the corporate side with Marriott, a business he knew very well, became a franchisee, And suddenly Marriott changes their strategy. We don't want to be in a restaurant business anymore. We want to develop hotels. After 25, 30 years of very comfortable, I'm in the Roy Rogers world. I know what success is. What do I do now? Well, he went out looking and he found Applebee's. 30 years later, he's got 55 of those restaurants, has built a great organization, has a great reputation in the industry, to a point today where Rose Group is kind of the Cadillac within the industry.
Harry did a lot of hard work, and I think he has respect for the university and what it allowed him to become.
He has a strong, warm caring about Scranton and wanted to give back to the university to help form him as a person and as a man.
Harry was a member of the class of 1965, which is wonderful. Of course, he didn't join the board until many years later, but as a trustee was instrumental in helping us to grow, to become more innovative, and to move forward according to the ways of our mission.
Harry and I shared a very special night together when the Rose Room in the Student Center was dedicated in his honor. And that, to me, was a very important distinction and honor that the university gave to Harry. Several years later now, giving Harry the President's Medal is just another indication of what he's done for the university, his longtime commitment to the university, and the university giving back to Harry appreciation for what he's done over the many decades.
Thank you so much for exemplifying throughout your life everything that it means to receive not only a Scranton education, but a Jesuit education that you have clearly taken forward into the world and used to your very best ability and for the sake of the common good. God bless you, Harry. God bless you, Carol, and go Royals.